The boundless expanse of space, where billions of galaxies drift like islands of light, there lies a small, blue planet orbiting a medium-sized star called the Sun. That planet, known as Earth, is the home of life as we know it. This film is a journey back to the origin, a voyage spanning 4.5 billion years from the birth of the universe to the moment humankind, the thinking species, stepped into the light. It is not merely the story of a planet's formation, but an epic of life itself, where every upheaval and every transformation has left its mark on the history of evolution. About 13.8 billion years ago, the universe was born from a great event, the Big Bang. From a singularity, all matter, energy, space, and time burst forth, expanded, and have continued to stretch ever since. In the millions of years that followed, basic elements such as hydrogen and helium formed, gathering into immense clouds of gas. Under the pull of gravity, they contracted and gave birth to the first stars. Around 4.6 billion years ago, in a spiral arm of the Milky Way, a massive cloud of gas and dust began to collapse under the force of gravity. Matter coalesced to form a new star, the Sun. Surrounding it, rings of dust and rock collided and fused, giving rise to planets. Among them was a young, molten world, Earth. In its earliest days, Earth was a glowing red sphere, constantly bombarded by giant asteroids. A colossal collision with a Mars-sized body blasted out a portion of material, which gradually came together to form the Moon. This event not only gave Earth its natural satellite, but also helped stabilize its axis of rotation, laying the foundation for life to emerge later. The primordial atmosphere was a toxic mix of methane, ammonia, and water vapor. Torrential rains lasting millions of years gradually cooled the surface, forming the first oceans. At that moment, the planet was ready for a turning point, the arrival of life. In the depths of the primordial oceans, under lightning flashing across stormy skies and the heat of volcanoes, the first organic compounds were formed. From amino acids to more complex molecules, chance and inevitability met, paving the way for life. Around 3.8 billion years ago, the first cells emerged. Ancient bacteria, simple yet resilient. They thrived in harsh conditions, harnessing chemical energy from minerals. After hundreds of millions of years, a revolutionary breakthrough changed Earth's history: photosynthesis. The first cyanobacteria learned to capture energy from sunlight while releasing oxygen. At first, oxygen combined with iron in the oceans, creating massive layers of red rock. When oxygen levels in the atmosphere grew high enough, about 2.4 billion years ago, Earth entered the Great Oxidation Event. An oxygen-rich sky paved the way for more complex organisms, while wiping out many species that could not adapt. Life had overcome its first great barriers. From solitary cells, slow but relentless evolution prepared for a leap forward, the emergence of multicellular organisms. And from that moment, Earth's history turned a new page: the explosion of biodiversity. About 2 billion years ago, a silent yet decisive revolution took place on Earth: the emergence of eukaryotic cells. While archaea and cyanobacteria were merely simple, nucleus-free cells, eukaryotic cells developed a complex structure, with a nucleus containing genetic material and specialized organelles. One famous hypothesis suggests that this process began through symbiosis. An ancient cell engulfed a bacterium, and instead of digesting it, they coexisted. That bacterium gradually evolved into the mitochondrion, the powerhouse of the cell. Later, some other cells engulfed cyanobacteria, which eventually became chloroplasts, the photosynthetic machinery of plants. Thanks to this extraordinary symbiosis, eukaryotic cells were born, opening the door to multicellular life. Around 1.2 billion years ago, the first multicellular organisms appeared in the oceans. At first, they were merely simple clusters of cells, but over time they differentiated, forming tissues and organs. From there, life achieved higher levels of organization, with forms more diverse and complex than ever before. Then, about 600 million years ago, a dramatic event occurred, the Cambrian explosion. In a geologically brief span, just a few tens of millions of years, nearly all major animal phyla known today emerged. Hard-shelled organisms, exoskeleton-bearing creatures, crustaceans, and the earliest chordates all burst forth, filling the oceans with life. The cause of the Cambrian explosion remains a mystery, but many scientists believe that an oxygen-rich atmosphere, combined with geological and climatic changes, created the conditions for unparalleled biodiversity. From tiny organisms, evolution began producing larger, more complex forms, capable of colonizing a variety of environments. The world was no longer monotonous. The oceans were now teeming with life, a vast natural laboratory where natural selection acted as a patient craftsman, filtering, shaping, and perfecting each species. Life had entered a new era, an era of abundance, diversity, and competition. After the Cambrian explosion, life flourished in the oceans. Fish appeared, bringing the backbone, an evolutionary leap that gave speed, strength, and dominance to the seas. 400 million years ago, life conquered land. Plants turned continents green, releasing oxygen and transforming the atmosphere. Soon, insects followed, and fish with limb-like fins crawled ashore, becoming the first amphibians. Reptiles rose next, armed with a powerful invention, the hard-shelled egg. It freed them from the water, allowing them to spread across the land. From them came the greatest rulers Earth had ever known, the dinosaurs. For millions of years, they reigned supreme. Forests stretched endlessly, oceans swarmed with giants, and winged reptiles soared through the skies. Earth belonged to them. But nature's rule is unforgiving. 66 million years ago, a massive asteroid struck, darkening the skies and collapsing ecosystems. The dinosaurs fell, and in their absence, new survivors emerged. Mammals, small yet resilient. From their humble beginnings would one day rise the seeds of intelligence, the distant ancestors of humankind. After the fall of the dinosaurs, a new age began. Mammals, once small and hidden, rose to claim the world. From the trees came primates, curious, sharp-eyed, with hands made to grasp and minds made to grow. 7 million years ago, one branch took a different path. They stood upright, freeing their hands, and with stones, they shaped their future. Fire brought warmth, light, and power. From Africa, humans began their journey across the earth. Neanderthals thrived in the cold, but it was Homo sapiens, with language, imagination, and shared knowledge, who spread everywhere, reshaping the planet. In just a blink of cosmic time, humans built villages, cities, and civilizations, not by strength, but by intelligence and cooperation. And the story is still unfolding. Through culture, science, and technology, our evolution continues. From their humble beginnings would one day rise the seeds of intelligence, the distant ancestors of humankind. When Homo sapiens spread across the earth, they lived as hunters and gatherers, moving with the seasons, surviving in small bands. Yet even then, they painted on cave walls, leaving behind the first sparks of imagination and belief. 10,000 years ago, a revolution began. Agriculture. Humans tamed plants and animals, built villages, and settled the land. With surplus food came craft, trade, and the birth of cities. Civilizations rose: Mesopotamia, Egypt, India, China, each leaving behind writing, monuments, and knowledge that shaped the world. But prosperity also bred conflict. Empires clashed, kings rose and fell, war and invention went hand in hand. Humanity built, destroyed, and built again. This was more than survival. It was cultural evolution, our minds reaching beyond biology, creating legacies that still endure today. From cosmic dust to life, from single cells to humankind, the journey has spanned 4.5 billion years. Shaped by cataclysm, chance, and evolution, humanity emerged not as an isolated event, but as part of the great story of the universe. Homo sapiens appeared only in the final seconds of Earth's history, if compressed into a single day. Yet in that brief moment, we have transformed the planet, mastering fire, inventing writing, building civilizations, and reaching for the stars. But with such power comes responsibility. Our actions now alter climate, erode forests, pollute oceans, and drive species to extinction. For the first time, the greatest threat to life on Earth may come not from space or nature, but from ourselves. The question is clear. Will we destroy our home or protect it? Humanity stands at a crossroads, able to bring ruin or to build a sustainable and compassionate future. We are stardust made conscious, the eyes of the universe looking back at itself. Our story is far from over. Each step of discovery, each act of care, writes the next chapter in this grand odyssey of life. This is the story of Earth and humankind, a journey from chaos to consciousness, and a call to safeguard our fragile blue planet.